Hi everyone, this is Sagar Shah and welcome to this video where we talk about the chess.com Classic, the second event of the Champions Chess Tour. We had 16 amazing players who took part in this that happened yesterday. Magnus, Gukesh, Arjun, Pragg, Hikaru, Nodirbek. You can see here Ding also was there, Fabi, Aronian, Nepo. It was amazing, this entire gathering of the players. 8 were given direct seeding into the event and 8 qualified from the playoffs that happened. And then the 16 players were pitted against each other. And by the way, this tournament is extremely important from the qualification to the Esports World Cup. Why? Because when the first leg of the Champions Chess Tour happened, we had these points that the players received. You can see there Magnus has 100 points, Hikaru has 80, Nepo has 65, and so on. And the top 12 players with the cumulative score of this event and also the chess.com classic which is happening right now, the points that they will get, the top 12 players will qualify to the esports world cup. So it's a very important event. You can see Magnus, Hikaru, Nepo have already qualified because they have really high score. Actually, Arjun also has qualified because of day one of chess.com classic event. So I just want to show you what happened on the first day. There was a lot of action. Magnus Carlsen, sorry, this is the one. Yeah. Magnus Carlsen managed to beat Duda, then also MVL 3-0 by the way, and now has a semi-finals clash with Nodirbek. We also have Nodirbek who played very well, beating Denis Lazavic and Wei. Then we have Hikaru, who also has qualified by beating Levon and Ding. And we have Yan, who has qualified here by beating Arjun and Fedosiev. Uh, Gukesh lost to Fedosiev 3-1 in the first round, while Pragg lost to Ding Liren, which was to many a big surprise. This is the losers bracket. So it's a double elimination. So the ones who lose go into the losers bracket. And then if you lose again, you are out. So in this, we can see that Pragg actually lost to Levon, and that's why he's eliminated. And Gukesh lost to Arjun, so he's eliminated. But Arjun is still alive in the tournament. He's facing MVL in this round in the losers bracket. We have Fedosiev versus Caruana, Ding versus Artemiev, Wei versus Levon Aronian. So this will be an interesting day of chess here. I wanted to show you a few things that happened, and I was wondering if I should show you some games or how should I present them to you. And I realized that the best way to showcase this was to actually give you some positions to solve. So here we are on Chessranga, and here there's a very nice feature where you can click on event, and if you search here chess.com classic, so you can see here there is the event. You click and search and you get all the tactics from the event. So let's get into action. Let's solve this one first. It's a very simple one because you can see the difficulty level here. There's a star, there's also mate in one, and this one is between Yan Nepomniachtchi, who's black, and Fedosiev, who's white. So black to play, and the theme is mate in one. You can see here it's mate in one. Can you find it? Yes, I'll also put the link of these positions, so if you want to solve it on your own. Rook f2 check mate, that's the correct answer. Let's go to the next one. And here is another one. This is also between Fedosiev and Nepomniachtchi. They had a very interesting matchup. Fedosiev has just 1 second left, but he did spot the mate in one. Can you find it? Black to play. Yes, the right move here is rook g5 checkmate. So superb. Let's go to the next one. This is also Nepo Fedo. Actually, a great matchup here. This one is destroying the defender. It's slightly tough. 3 points, 3 stars. White to move. You can see that the black bishop is very nicely positioned here. But if white wants to win here, has to get rid of the bishop. And so the right move here is knight d4. And he goes back bishop d5, because if he went bishop e4, there is f3. And now a key moment here. What do you play as white? Yes, the best move now is the very stunning move e4. Because if he took with the pawn here, then the rook would be hanging, so king takes rook, so he takes with the bishop. And now white to move, yes, f3. This is the winning move. And now the bishop and the rook's connection was broken, so he took on b2, fe, and it continues. Now you can find the next set of moves. It's still a bit risky because black does threaten rook h3 and taking here. So take, and now try to find what do you do here for white. Yes, the beautiful move here is knight to f3, stopping all the attacks, and white wins easily. So we've done 3. Let's go to the next one. This is Magnus Carlsen taking on MVL. So by the way, in Nepo Fedosiev match, Nepo beat Fedosiev in the Armageddon. That's why he's in the semi-finals. Fedosiev now in losers bracket. But we have Magnus here who beat MVL 3-0, and this is a beautiful tactic here, white to play. Also here you will see the theme is discovered attack. Yes, the move is knight takes c7. Very nice move. Queen takes. In the game, actually, MVL played rook c8. But after queen takes c7, what should be the best move here? Yes, the rook is lined up against the queen. So I give a check. Rook g8 and rook takes c7 wins the queen. And that is absolutely right. Let's go to one more. Magnus was worse in this position. In fact, if you see here, he was in trouble. Black pawns just rushing down the board. King is weak, pawn down. But after g3, which was a big blunder here by MVL, what is the winning move for Magnus? The theme is double attack, 1 star. Yes, queen h3 check and queen takes f1. And you have won here. So yeah, I think MVL was a little bit not, in his element. He was making some errors, and so he lost that. And this one is the game between Praggnanandhaa and Levon. It's actually a very heartbreaking loss for Pragg, because Pragg won the first game with Levon. He was in the losers bracket. In losers bracket, it's best of 2. In winners bracket, it's best of 4. So here, Pragg with black pieces had a way to hold the game. The pawn is, by the way, white's pawn is going this way. And he could have done it, and he could have actually qualified. I mean, he could have gone to the next round because he had already won the first game. So how should black hold here? Pragg went wrong and lost. Yes, the right move is the stunning knight takes pawn. And believe it or not, guys, the amazing part of this is this. You should remember, this structure loses if black can keep the king on these two squares. I mean, it draws. So if black can keep the king on these two squares. So king g8 forced. You can't go king e8 because knight d5, knight e7 stops the king from going to g8 then. So king g8, king e7, king h8, knight here, king g8, king f6, and now another important move, not king f8 because of knight e7, but king h8, and it's a draw. Yeah, because every time the knight comes closer, it's a stalemate. And otherwise, if you give a check, I just keep oscillating between these two squares. Okay, let's go to the next one. Another nice one here. This is Ding versus Pragg. A very easy one, actually. Ding is winning here. How did he finish off the game? Black to play. You can see the stars really help here. If you want tough ones, you can always go to difficulty range here and select based on the stars. And this is winning. So let's go to the next one. This is actually a very nice endgame that Pragg won against Ding. Black to play. Again, it's 1 star, but this one slightly tricky. Knight e4 check. Knight f2. And now a key move. Black to play and win. There's only one move that wins. And the move is the very beautiful. Try to figure out. Yes, knight h1, attacking g3, and after takes g4, you go knight f2 back and win this, and black wins. This was Arjun versus Nepo match, and here Nepo missed this moment. It's black to play and win. Yeah, I was actually stunned because Nepo thought for a long time but couldn't find this amazing move, which is rook takes f2. And you can see the pin here, and just queen takes d5, black wins. In fact, Nepo here went bishop e7 and allowed Arjun to fight back and draw the game. Okay, this is another beautiful moment from the game of Arjun and Nepo. Here, black to play and finishing off the game. This one is 4-star, so this is a real tricky one. In the game, I think Nepo went rook g5, but the best move is to chop. Queen c2. And now king h3. Because if you go rook f2, I don't take here because that leaves my king exposed. There's check here. But what I do after rook f2 is rook g8 check. And it's very difficult for the king to go anywhere because queen d1 would come with a check. If you go up, then bishop c8 comes with a check. So it's tricky. So king h3. And now a very key move, black to play. Yes, now this beautiful move, rook g8, because I take away, if you look at this move carefully, I take away the h7 square and I also take away the g7 square. So rook g1, and now another key move which just ends the game. Yes, bishop c8 check. Very important. If you block with the rook, I just take, and then take the rook here. It's winning. So he went king h4, and now it's all over, mate. In this game itself, there was another nice moment, and Nepo did find this one, black to play. What do you do here? It was... Yes, the move here is rook takes g2. And then queen takes e1, checkmate. Yeah, very nice finish there. This was Gukesh versus Arjun. Gukesh was completely winning in this game with black. Actually, Arjun won the first game. In the second game, Gukesh had his chances. But here, he made a big mistake for white to play. What is the way in which Arjun can hold here? It's a very simple double attack. Yes, king e4 attacks both the pieces. And now I take here and it's completely fine. Again, this was a moment where Gukesh completely had a blank moment, black to play and win. The theme is knight fork. Yes, he just missed this. You know, knight jumps are tricky even for the world champion. And he lost a rook. And last two here, white to play and mate in 3. This is mate in 3. So be a little bit careful here. How do you deal with this? It's not so simple. Yes, the move here is knight e3, and after rook f6, I mean, if you had taken here rook f5 is a mate, so I stopped rook f5 mate, but I didn't stop knight g2 mate. And this was an easy one for Gukesh against Fedosiev. He actually went on to, I think, lose this game, but he could have won it. And I think Gukesh could have beaten Fedosiev if he had found this move. It was the easy one here. Deflection is the theme. Black to play. Yes, rook e1 check, takes, and queen takes c2, and he would have won the queen. In fact, in the game, if you play it out here, he took the queen and then landed in a tough position. Oh, there is more here. So this is how the game continued. And there is one more question. So take. And now the question is, how should white continue here? Yes, white has this very nice move, rook d1. So it attacks the bishop. And after I take here, white is winning a pawn, and it's a very nice discovered attack. Yes, I've finished all of the positions now. You can actually solve more based on player, theme, difficulty range, event, and Chessranga. I think we are building this tactics trainer quite well. We have already 130 positions, and hopefully we'll keep adding and reach much higher. With theme wise, you can train something. For example, you want to train theme, you can just get all these positions on pin and so on from recent games. If you want to look at a player, for example, you can go here and type on Vidit and search, and you get all from his games. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will follow the chess.com classic today, day 2. Arjun is still in the fray, and hopefully he can do really well.